I hope you are doing well and keeping safe. I'm your host, Terry Sami, and today is another amazing day that we want to have quite a conversation. Have you subscribed to our channel? Please, we urge you to do that if you haven't. And if you have subscribed, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching our shows. Thank you for liking. Even thank you for sharing. We say it here, when you see a video that can help someone, don't hesitate to share. Because here, we inspire, even if it's one life at a time, that one keeps us going. So, how have you been doing? Today, we have an amazing guest with us. By the way, it's not his first time. He started with us when we were starting. Thank you so much. He's one of the people that believed in our vision, and he discussed quite some topics around the month of April. Unaona tumegrow?
Kabisa.
When you came, we did not even have a microphone.
Yes, but right now I can see there is some bit of growth.
Yes.
And that shows a lot of focus.
Thank you so much. So
Yes.
I believe that face is familiar, but as usual, we don't like introducing our guests because they are here. They introduce themselves. So I want him to say hi to us and let us get to know him as we hit on to the topic of the day.
Yeah, my name is John Mukundi. I am the director of two institutions, Royal Fanaka Academy and Achievers College. I'm an accountant by profession, and I am married. I am a family man.
Mm-hmm.
I have one wife and several children.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. He's a bishop.
Yes, and I am a bishop of Reina's Church.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
He's the founder and the bishop of
Yes.
Reina's Church.
yes,
We make that very clear.
very clear.
As you can hear,
Yes.
he's a very visionary man.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much for coming on board.
Asante,
Karibu sana.
asante.
Hey guys, I used to see this man.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even ask miaka gani,
Mm-hmm.
but he used to be invited in our church
Mm-hmm.
to teach people about money.
Yes,
True or false?
true.
Those were several years ago.
Actually,
And,
they call me the money bishop.
You see?
Yeah.
So I've known you in that line.
Uh-huh.
And today I want us to touch on a very sensitive part of this life, something that we cannot do without, as you have heard.
Mm-hmm.
He's an accountant by profession. So be sure
Mm-hmm.
we will get some answers to some few questions that we have.
Mm-hmm.
But basically today he came to teach us. So mimi leo siongei
Mm-hmm.
because I'm also a victim of the same topic of the day.
Yeah.
And I want him to take us through personal budgeting. When was the last time you sat down and budgeted for the money that you get? Ama unajuanga ziliingia zikiwa zishatoka.
Mm-hmm.
So Bishop Mukundi, he is here, the director, as he has told you, he has two institutions. So that means he's well acquainted with the financial discipline issue to do with the investment, and I want him to share that knowledge with us.
But thank you so much for inviting me to this particular show.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been looking for an opportunity where I can be able to teach people about money.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you very well know,
Mm-hmm.
Ecclesiastes 10:19 says, money answereth all things.
Yeah.
And therefore you can be sure
Mhm.
that if you do not have money,
Yeah.
you may have a number of things that you may not answer in life.
True.
And therefore, it is a great opportunity so that we may tell our people about money.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Sorry.
And one thing that I want you to know
Mm-hmm.
is that in money matters, we can classify them into several areas.
Mm-hmm.
How, number one, to make money.
Okay.
How, number two, to make money,
Mm-hmm. Spend.
manage money,
Mm-hmm.
and then number three,
Mm-hmm.
how we can be able to multiply money.
Okay. Hakuna spending? Okay. Spending is the
in
managing.
management.
We don't spend, we manage.
Yes, you manage money. So
Okay.
in matters relating to making money,
Yeah.
that is how you are able to get your money.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talk about various streams of incomes.
Yeah.
How you can be able to get money through employment.
Mm-hmm.
And many people don't think that employment is a great thing,
Yeah.
but it is. You hear some people saying, I do not want to get employed, but they do not understand also employment is a blessing.
Okay.
So, get money from employment, from business, from investment. All those are ways in which you can be able to make money.
Okay.
And as I have earlier told you, that when you make money from employment, you are selling your time so that you can get the money.
Yep.
When you are making money out of
Business.
business, what you are doing is that you are selling goods so that you can make money
Or services.
or services. When you get money through investments, you are selling in your money to get money.
Okay.
So you use money
To get
make
money. Okay.
That is what we call investment. And when it comes to the issues about managing money, that is where now budgeting comes in.
Okay.
Because in managing money, you have, after you make money, there is how you are supposed to utilize the money, spend the money, and that is where now we incorporate the issues of budgeting. And when we talk about budgeting, we are talking about a financial plan.
Okay.
So a budget is simply a financial plan that you have. So you are supposed, every money that you get, you are supposed to have a financial plan. Luke chapter 14 and verse number 28. Suppose someone wants to build a tower. Will he not first of all sit down, ask himself whether he has enough money to
To do
finish
that.
the tower and then build the tower? So in short, when we talk about budgeting, is you ask yourself hand questions. And those hand questions that you ask yourself is whether you have enough
Okay.
so that you can be able to do that which you ought to do. It is called the management of money. So, and that is part of budgeting.
Okay.
And budgeting is very, very crucial. It is very, very important because, number one, you cannot have projects that are not complete. Your projects will be complete because you'll be knowing that you have enough money to complete. You will not have cash outflows. You are not out of cash.
Yeah.
There are some people who, when salary comes on 10th, they are already broke because they do not budget.
Yeah.
Number three, you want to have that impulse buy. There are some people, because of lack of budget, whatever you see is for buying.
Mchungaji, si useme tu ladies. Be very specific.
Yeah.
It's okay. Ladies, we are guilty as charged. Sisi hata unakutanga uchunge hata school fees tusinunue dresses. Tukifika
Hii ni
hii ilikuwa
mzuri.
school fees. Nilikuwa nimepewa 10k ya school fees. 3,000 is gone. Nimeona dress, nimeona hii. So be specific. Tuambie particularly
Na
as
mkienda supermarket, your friend
that
has
is
picked something.
and I also want the
You
same.
also want the same.
Kwanza vitu zikiwa on offer. Bishop, will you blame us?
Offer. Discount duka.
Exactly.
That one, outrightly what it happens. It happens so because of lack of budget. When you have budget, you have some discipline as far as your spending is concerned.
Are you sure that is possible?
It is. It is
Me,
something
I'm
I
asking
have
on
practiced.
behalf of me and several others.
Yes, I have practiced it. Because the only problem that we have when people come to budget is that they budget and they do not have that discipline
To stick to the budget.
to stick to the budget.
Okay.
So you find somebody who is getting money,
Yeah.
and when they get money, they do not, they budget for it, but they do not stick to the budget. So they end up not obeying what they had indicated they will obey.
Okay.
Remember, remember, discipline is what causes you to obey what you had said you obey.
True.
So that is where the problem is.
Let me ask a question, and I
Yes.
know this is a question that we always ask. It's the normal Kenyans, us being Kenyans, who is supposed to have a budget? Kuna mtu anaongelelea you people should have budget are the one that are earning from 50 and 100,000 and above. So are you telling me that someone that earns 8K is supposed to have a budget? For what?
Yes. Any money, including 10 shillings,
I should budget.
you should budget it.
No, at one time I worked with an accountant in a certain company,
Yeah.
and I did not understand. She was telling me, Terry, even if today I
Uh-huh.
give you 10 bob, I carry a small notebook.
Uh-huh.
I have to write it down.
Yes.
I did not understand what she meant. I felt like that's a lot of a hassle. We are talking of maybe 100 bob, 150.
You are
Why
supposed
do
to
I?
be telling yourself, the next 10 shillings is for this. The next 10 shillings is for this. The next 100 shillings is for buying my daughter's pencil.
Mm-hmm.
The next 100 shilling is for buying Bluebird.
Mm-hmm.
The next 100 shilling is for buying sun.
Sunscreen. Mm-hmm.
The next 100 shilling is for buying lipstick.
Okay.
You are supposed to be telling yourself what the next is.
Okay.
And that is what we call budgeting.
So-
You're not supposed to wake up in the morning, pick the money, and you buy whatever you need.
But money comes to pay bills, Bishop, without even if I don't budget, I know house needs to be paid. If I happen to have a house manager, she needs to be paid. There are those automatic bills. Why do I need to budget for them?
That is part of budgeting. That knowing is budgeting.
It's part of budgeting.
Yes,
Okay.
because the first step that you need to do when you're budgeting is to identify
Mm-hmm.
your expenses.
That is the first. Now you can take us through the steps of having a budget. Mhm.
Yes, it is identifying all your expenses.
Okay.
You identify you are supposed to pay this
Mm-hmm.
and identify the frequencies of those expenses.
Maybe it's monthly
Monthly or weekly or so.
Mm-hmm.
Once you are able to identify all that,
Mm-hmm.
then you now come up and ask yourself,
Mm-hmm.
do I have money
Mm-hmm.
for that particular expense?
Expense. Okay.
So you are looking for expenses for budgeting, the budget for the expenses. So the second step is you ask yourself, where is my budgeted income?
Mm-hmm.
If you realize you have bills and money that is over and above your salary,
Yeah.
you need to ask yourself, where do I get all the other money from?
Mm-hmm.
So you also budget for the incomes. Many people, they
Yeah.
have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I have told you the first problem is actually discipline in
Mm.
budget. But the second problem
Mm.
that we have
Mhm.
is people don't budget for incomes. They only budget for expenditure. Even the government,
Mm-hmm.
they say people know that the budget is being read
Red.
today.
Yes.
But you can imagine the last 2 years,
Mhm.
people have learned something else that is called the finance bill.
Yes.
Whatever
we
people
have.
call
Mm-hmm.
finance bill
Mhm.
is what budgets for income. Whatever people call budget is called appropriation bill.
Mm-hmm.
Appropriation bill
Mhm.
is what budgets for expenses.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So you are supposed to budget for incomes, you are supposed to budget for your expenses.
All right. So the two, you want to mean the two don't marry together? Like we do a budget out of the
The two.
income that I have. I think that's what we do.
That is where you have asked about the steps. I have told you the
Mhm.
first thing is to identify the
The
expenses,
expenses.
and then the second thing
Mhm.
it is actually to identify whether the income that you have is enough
To cater for the
to
expenses.
cater for your expenses.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Then from there, you keep on tracking your expenses.
Mm-hmm.
That is why your accountant was actually carrying a notebook and a pen. You need to track.
The expenses.
If you said that I have budgeted to do what? I have budgeted to buy a tie
Yeah.
at 100 shilling.
Mm-hmm.
So you go and buy this tie at 200 shillings.
Mm-hmm.
You should write so that you may compare
Mm-hmm.
the actual amount that you have budgeted
And the expenses.
and the
Against the expenses.
budgeted amount.
Okay.
So you check the budgeted amount
Yeah.
versus the actual amount so that you may see something that we call variance.
All right.
So that you may know where you are overspending and you may know where you are underspending.
Okay. Okay.
Could be sometimes you may assume that you are using a lot of electricity
Yeah.
and that may not be the case.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to ask yourself what amount of electricity and I anticipated to use versus what have I spent in actual sense.
Okay.
So you realize you had planned to use 500, you have used 600. So you have used 100
extra.
So the next step is to ask yourself, why did I use 100 extra?
Hey, it's a lot of work. No wonder
It is not a lot of work. That is what you do daily.
Yeah.
It's only that you haven't known what you do.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Because if you do not know that, then you might not be knowing why your money is not enough or why you have excess. You may not know what you can intend to plan for an investment for a holiday because you do not know your savings. You might not tell what to save, you might not tell what to invest because you do not know how much you spend.
Okay.
Once you ask yourself, how much have I used in excess?
Yeah.
Or how much I have saved? Then at that particular time, you may make now a decision based on that. So you may be saying now, lights off at night. You may be saying, I'll be ironing my clothes, all of them
at once.
You understand?
Yes.
And such decisions now, they are decisions that can help you. They are one financial decisions. You can only make them through budget.
Okay.
So those are some of the steps that you need to have. You can know if I have made a savings, then I need to go and do what? I need to go and invest. I can buy shares. I can go to money market funds. I can do whatever requires to be done.
Yeah.
But how do you save when you do not know whether you are saving? You know, some people say they are saving, and in actual sense, it is not a saving. Like if you just take 10,000, you are earning 10,000, you take 8,000, and you put it in the bank, and you assume you have saved. You put it in the bank, then after the third week, you go and withdraw it again. What have you saved?
Nothing.
Nothing. The issue is you save by spending little. Saving is when you spend less than you anticipated.
But there is always that need that will come in your budget, assuming maybe I was doing budget for foodstuffs. If I realize maybe there's some money that I've saved out of the budget, you always realize there is that need or something that you remembered and you want to save to fix it, to fit the budget. Why is it always like that?
There are several components of a budget.
Okay.
And that is why you are asking that question.
Yes.
You are asking about the emergency component. I have told you the first component is the component of incomes.
Yeah.
You are supposed to ask yourself about your incomes. You should not spend more than you earn. Every time you are spending more than you are earning, then you are wrong. You always be in debt. And I can tell you for free, over 90% of Kenyans
We are in debt, so
are in debt.
there is no lie there.
There is no lie.
Mm-mm.
Apart from that,
Mm-hmm.
there is the expense
Yeah.
component
Mm-hmm.
of the budget. What do you intend to use?
Mm-hmm.
And in that expense component
Yeah.
of the budget, these are the running costs.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need cooking oil,
Mm-hmm.
like you need food stuff,
Yeah.
like
School fees.
school fees, all those
Yeah.
you require them.
Mm-hmm.
But apart from that, you are
Mhm.
supposed to have another budget for development
Okay.
and investment.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot just be making money. Some people don't get to that level.
Mm-hmm.
So they are just employed. So it's like they are employed for their landlords
Uh-huh.
or they are employed for the supermarkets. All the money that you get, you take it to the supermarket and to the landlord and it is over.
Mm-hmm.
So are you improving your life?
No, we are not. But we tend to think we save when money is enough, and to us Kenyans
If it
right now,
is
money
not
is never
enough,
enough.
then you're operating at a loss. You should stop that, look for another job, and begin working in a way that you can be able to have a profit.
So are you basically saying
Yes.
that intentionally you have to include investment and development in your budget?
In your budget, you are supposed to have that. Because why are you working? You are working so that you can buy a car. You are
True.
working so that you can buy land and build
Mhm.
a house.
But that is
You
when
are
money will
working
be enough, Bishop.
not when money will be enough. There is not money has an abnormal demand curve. The more you have it, the more you want it, and
Okay.
the more you spend it.
Wow.
Even
Okay.
if I pay you 2 million
Mm-hmm.
a day like today, $2
Yeah.
million, you still have enough expenses to cater for the 2 million.
True.
So when will money be enough? So even when you are earning 8,000,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
this is the time you are supposed to budget for your development. This is the time you are supposed to budget for a new suit, skirt suit,
Mm-hmm.
like that beautiful one that you're wearing.
Thank you.
This is the
Mm-hmm.
time you are supposed to budget for a new TV set
Mm-hmm.
or something, a new sofa set
Yeah.
or something better. You develop yourself.
Mm.
You are supposed to budget for going back to school. Those are some of the things that we are saying that people require to develop for personal development
Okay.
and other assets that you need to buy.
Mm-hmm.
It is too bad for people to take a loan to buy a vehicle. It is too bad.
So when will that money be enough to buy a vehicle?
You can save
Okay.
and you buy when that money is enough. So you are supposed to begin from there.
Mm-hmm.
So you save, there is a vehicle that is affordable. But you see, we have been told that, for you to drive, you drive this
Operate on-
expensive vehicle.
Yeah.
No, if your money is not enough, drive a smaller one.
True.
We have been told you need to live in a palatial house.
Yeah.
If your money is not enough,
Mhm.
just live in a one-bedroom house or a
But
single.
people are going to talk about it. You remember the topic we discussed the last time you came on the show?
Yes.
It was causes of stress. And I
Yes.
remember back then we were looking about men to be
Yes.
very much particular.
Yes.
And I remember we stretched on the issue of people wanting to live a life
That is not there.
that is not theirs.
Correct.
So, Bishop, you want us to be left. I want to be in the same place with my peers.
Uh-huh.
So why you want me to go for a pit when others are getting loan for a bigger car?
That is why you never develop yourself. That urge is what will cause you not develop yourself. One of the main killers
Yeah.
of personal finance development is peer pressure. Don't allow people to pressure you
Yeah.
in the way you should be. Just be yourself. Live
Hmm.
your life.
How I
Don't
wish
fake it until you make
make
it.
it.
It
Oh,
is as simple as
we
that.
should not fake it until we make it.
Yes.
We should not use the analogy that everybody is using. Fake it until you make it.
Yes.
You don't want us to hire vehicles to show up in meetings
In the village.
in the kwanza
During
tunaenda
Christmas.
Christmas. Tunaenda Christmas, kuna mtu
Yes.
haya
Eh,
ashajua I think chenye wanafanya sahii ni kusample magari wajue
wastage.
ni kampani gani inapeana hata
Total wastage. You are
Mhm.
supposed to save that money
Okay.
so that next year you have your own vehicle.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it is very, very important
Yeah.
that you have that component of development. The fourth component is of savings. You are supposed to save.
Mhm. Is that saving not still part of the development? They are
No,
different.
you are supposed to save money. Save money.
How do we save money and it's not even enough for the bills?
In fact, your saving should be between 20% of your salary
Hey,
and 50% of your salary.
we are lost. Our viewers, they can bear me witness. On that one, we are lost. At how
Let
many
me-
percentage?
50%, 20%. If you are earning 10,000,
Mhm.
2,000 should be savings. And you save before. You do not save after use. You save before.
Tuna savingi chenye kinabaki. That is kama itabaki.
Unafaa kujiandikia, I will be saving 2,000.
Okay.
Not after I use, because you use all of it and get finished.
Mhm.
And then you start saying, oh, there is no money in the economy.
Yeah,
Save
that is.
before.
Is that not the song everybody is saying? Economy is hard. So,
Yes,
si hata
that
mimi
is,
ninaingilia tu kwa that
it is
discussion.
called excuses. Financial excuse. Everybody will blame the government.
Yeah.
They will blame their salaries.
Mhm.
They will blame their bosses.
Mhm.
They will blame the economy.
Yeah.
They will blame everything else,
Mhm.
but not themselves.
It's easier that way.
It is easier that way. So I totally believe that
Yeah.
we are supposed to be saving
Mhm.
that amount.
Yeah.
But do you know also things like housing? The people that rent houses,
Mhm.
we usually say that you cannot live in a house that is 20% of your salary. It should be below 20%.
Okay. So if I'm
So if
earning,
you are earning 10,000, look for a house that is 2,000. If there are no houses like that, look for some other money that will be 20% of your
Mhm.
20%.
Okay.
So if in a locality we only have houses that are 4,000,
Mhm.
please can you look for money
To top up the
to
2,000.
top up the 2,000, not to top up the 2,000, to
Mhm.
make it be 20%, 4,000 to be 20%. That means you should have an earning of 20.
But it's nowhere to be found.
That is
That
why
is
you
what I
should
have.
have assigned hustles and more streams of incomes.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
That is why budgeting is very important, because it will tell you the money that you're earning is not enough
Mm.
to pay your house rent. So what you do, get another stream of income. That is planning for incomes.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes. Mhm.
So there are several ways in which I advise people to budget.
Yeah.
And the first way I advise people to budget is called the 20-20-20-20-20 principle.
Which one is that?
What you do
Mhm.
is you divide your income into 5 equal parts.
Okay.
Once you divide your income into 5 equal parts,
Mhm.
you assume your food is 20%, your development is 20%,
Mhm.
your savings is 20%.
Mhm.
If you have to take anything to the church, it's 20%. And you also think about your so very, very important. People use that.
Okay.
But the other components
Mm-hmm.
that should be there in the budget
Yeah.
is what you asked, and it is called the emergency fund.
Mm-hmm. So if we do this 50, 30, and 20,
Yes.
where is the emergency there?
That is now where we have a problem, depending on various issues
Okay.
and various ways in which people talk about in budget.
And the 2020, the one that you advise on, do we still have an emergency there, or we also don't have?
I think the savings are the ones that cater for the
emergencies. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Emergencies are very important component.
Yeah.
Because I think there are some things that come that never slept. that is
Yes,
how I
there are
met my father telling me
there are things that comes that never slept.
that
Okay.
never slept.
Sawa sawa. Mm-hmm.
So they say you should have a fund called emergency fund
Yeah.
that can be able to last you
Mm-hmm.
for not less than 6 months when you are seated in the house without changing your lifestyle.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
6 months
Seated.
seated. So
Still
if
paying
I'm
bills?
earning now,
Mm-hmm.
supposing I stop earning,
Yeah.
I am sacked.
Mm-hmm.
I should have some funds
Yeah.
that is capable of taking me 6 months. If I have been using a car, I'll be using it the same way. Whatever I'm eating, I'll be eating
The same way.
Everything I was doing,
Bills
I'll
paid the
bill
same way, the same
way
time.
for 6 months before I recollect myself.
Okay.
That is how the emergency fund should.
All right.
And many people don't have that emergency fund.
Mm-hmm.
That emergency fund is the one that takes care of problems like one of the main causes of poverty
Yeah.
is sickness and diseases.
Yeah.
So you are supposed to have that emergency fund taking care of any sickness or poverty,
Okay.
any sickness or
Oh,
disease, because it is the emergency fund that should take care of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally believe those are some of the components that we need to have
Okay.
as far as budgeting is concerned.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Let's talk. I wanted you to touch a little bit about investment. I think I've come to realize either the way we are raised or the people we interact with or just the normal that we have, we tend to think people that have big investment, people that have made it, they just were raised with some advantages. I think that is the notion that we have. Mpaka tumefika mahali mpaka unasikia someone would say it's because he was assisted. But to some extent, I have come to realize there are people that have basically built themselves from the ground. What are some of the things that we can look at in terms of investment to help us grow the money that we have? Assuming now I have that personal budget, I'm sticking to it, I'm getting some few money to save. Where do I put this money? In terms of, I'm looking at myself either 5 years, 10 years, I want to have developed something. I want to have a parcel of land somewhere.
Yeah, many people, they have a problem
Mm-hmm.
because they have only one thinking pattern.
Yeah.
And that thinking pattern that they have is the thinking pattern of business.
Business.
Yes.
Okay.
And when they get into business, they mistake a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is because they do not have what it takes to run a business.
All right.
Business is a little bit complex. So you'll find, like I know one case of a person who left work, working for a banking institution, then realized that he is serving a few customers
Mm-hmm.
that were doing very well in business. decided this one is a lucrative thing,
Mm-hmm.
went to business. After going to business,
Mm-hmm.
he failed in the first year and he had all the knowledge.
Okay.
You ask yourself, why did this person fail
Mm-hmm.
in business?
Yeah.
Why did it happen that way?
Mm-hmm.
The reason is very simple.
Mm.
Each world has its own rules.
Each world has its own rules.
Yes.
Be it that is, we're talking about either
If
employment
you are employed, there are
or in
some
business.
rules. If you're in business, there are some rules. If you're in media,
There
there
are
are
some
some
rules.
rules.
True.
If you're in football,
There are
there are
some
some
rules.
rules.
And either rules does not apply to.
They don't.
Okay.
Actually, Job 38 verse 33 says,
Mm-hmm.
do you know the laws of the heavens?
Mm-hmm.
Can you have dominion on earth? So the laws that you know
Yeah.
determine the dominion you
That
have.
you. Oh. Okay.
So there are some people who know certain laws.
Yeah.
And even the rules in business, like you have a hand, I'm in a school
Yeah. Set up.
running setup.
Mm.
If I get into a handwear setup, the rules are different.
True.
So it is not automatic
Mm.
that if I go there, I shall succeed.
Okay.
I have to learn the rules.
Yeah.
So that is where many people mistake when
Alright.
it comes to investing their money.
Mm.
They just decide to get into business and they do not have what it takes.
But no, business also comes with freedom. Employment, you are an employer yourself.
That is what many people lie to themselves.
What do you mean lie to themselves?
They say
Mhm.
business comes with freedom.
Freedom.
Which
Time.
freedom?
I don't
it
have to be
simply
subjected
means,
to a certain system of
no,
7
it's only
to
that you are
5.
not you do not want to be told by somebody, but you cannot tell yourself. Even in business, even the people that are employing you are in business, 8
True.
to 5. So when you get to your business, you are supposed also to get 8 to 5. Can you be able to get yourself to that rule?
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is that those who are in business rule themselves. Those who are in employment are
Yeah,
ruled
ruled
by
by us.
those that are in business. You understand?
Yes, I do.
So there is nothing like freedom.
Okay.
Whatever people are calling freedom.
Mm.
Freedom comes when you set structures and systems.
Yeah.
And that is what makes up a business. All
Okay.
the others are called self-employment.
Mm-hmm.
But a business will have 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
Structures,
Mm-hmm.
systems, and sustainability.
Okay.
If it doesn't have those 3 things, it is not a business.
All right.
That is why Manu Chandaria is not in all his businesses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why? Because they are running themselves.
The systems
They
are
have
just
the
clear.
systems.
Okay.
But so long as if I die and I am the owner of the business finishes.
Dies with you.
Then it simply means that there is no business there.
Okay, that was
That was
self-employment.
self-employment. So, and many people lie to themselves that they are in business.
Yeah.
Well, they are actually in self-employment.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
So,
Mhm.
when it comes to investment,
Yeah.
I would advise people to do investment themselves.
Okay.
Put their money into work so that they can earn interest.
Mm-hmm.
One way is to fix their money
Mm-hmm.
in a bank account and negotiate for a bank interest.
Okay.
That one you cannot make a mistake. It will surely give you some profit.
Sure.
But it is very little.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, it is called fixed deposits.
Okay.
I advise people also to do what we call to invest in shares,
Mm-hmm.
especially in SACCOs. They are giving you good money.
Yeah, circles are fast growing. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So it will give you around 14%,
Yeah.
12%, So you can be sure your money is safe and it is giving you more money. You can fix it in what we call money market funds.
Mm-hmm.
Money market funds, you can also have them. You can get to people like Kuza, Abo,
Yeah.
CIC,
Mm.
ABSA, all those.
Yeah.
Every other bank has some money market. Britam, they
Mm.
have all those money market things. You can put yourself, your money there, and they have some guaranteed amount of revenue that they can be able to give you.
Okay.
Or you can buy shares,
Mm-hmm.
shares of companies in Nairobi Stock Exchange.
Mm-hmm.
They will be giving you dividends. Like if you buy from East African breweries, you get good liquid back. They make a lot of profit.
Yeah.
And Safaricom.
Yeah.
Once you buy those shares, then
Mhm.
they can give you profit. So you are sure you won't lose your money.
Okay.
But you do not need, that is why the savings now come in.
Mm-hmm.
You do not need to keep your savings in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
When you keep your savings in the bank, you are losing.
Where should we keep
Those people who keep money in the bank, they lose if they are not in fixed deposits
Oh, okay.
because they are not earning anything.
Anyway. Yeah.
And there is something that is called time value of money.
Mm-hmm.
Brand 2 years ago was not costing 50 shillings. It was costing 50 shillings.
Yeah.
Right now, it is costing around 70 shillings.
Mm-hmm.
So if you kept 50, 2 years ago, it was capable of buying you bread.
Right now it's not.
But right now, 2
It's
years after, it is not capable of buying you bread.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been better if you bought that brand 2 years ago to stay with it because your money is not lost.
Yeah.
Okay, logically speaking.
Yes.
But you see also that one may not
Mm-hmm.
really be practical.
Okay.
The reason is because it is it's of perishability. Because of
Yeah.
perishability.
True.
But what I am trying to tell you is that money stored in property gains value, does
Yeah.
not lose
With
value.
time. True.
That is why people say that land appreciates. It doesn't appreciate.
What happens?
It's only that money doesn't lose value. The same way the other money doesn't lose value. The way the other money you put in the bank loses value.
Okay.
So if I buy a piece of land like this one today,
Yeah.
I want to show you money doesn't,
Lose value.
land doesn't appreciate.
Appreciate.
If I buy land here today
Yeah.
at 5 million,
Mm-hmm.
2 years to come I sell it at 7 million. You see it has appreciated by 2 million.
Exactly.
That is not true because if I sell that land
Mm-hmm.
at 7 million and I want to buy it in the same place, will I buy it at 5 million?
No.
Why? Because they has
Because
not gained value. It's only that they has protected you from loss of value. Those are some of the things that you need to actually check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is possible to have a budget.
Yes.
Let me ask us, even we come to the end of the show, what would you say are the benefits of having a budget?
The benefits of having a budget. Number one,
What do you gain from having a budget as an individual, personally?
when you have a budget, you will improve financially,
Okay.
especially when you have discipline
Yeah.
and when your budget is good.
Okay.
You are obeying your budget. It will improve you because you won't use money anyhow.
Okay.
You will channel your money in a certain way. So you can be sure there will be financial growth
Okay.
when you have a budget. You won't use money haphazardly.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be sure that you'll grow your money very fast.
Yeah.
When you have a budget, you are able to track your money, the direction of your money. So as a person, if I ask you, how have you used your money? You realize if I like sometimes I ask my wife or my children, I give you this amount, how did you use it? Many people carry offense when you ask that question.
Yeah.
So why? Because number two, there is nothing like accountability.
Okay.
When you have a budget, you have some accountability. So if I ask you, I gave you 1,000, how did you use it? You, because you have tracked your expenses,
I'll be able
you'll
to
be in a
tell.
position to tell this is how I have used my money. But if you have no accountability of money, then it simply means you are not very good
Yeah.
as far as money management is concerned.
True.
So when you have a budget, you can be able to know how your money is moving and where you can improve, where you can correct, where you can do all those stuff.
Okay.
So I believe it is a very important thing. But also another benefit of having a budget is you can be able to have some focus. You know, many people don't have focus as far as money is concerned. When you look differently, you will not achieve anything. You need to have some bit of focus as far as your money is concerned. And that can be achieved by budget. I know when you give me 200, this is where I use my money.
Yeah. Wow.
And then
Wow.
you won't run short of cash. So some of the things that people are broke over, they are borrowing transport, those problems you erase them through budget.
Well.
Yes.
I want to believe that I know the reason as why I brought this. Maybe I've met with people that are telling you, sijui pesa yangu inaendanga wapi. And sometimes you ask yourself, kwani at what point do you start saving? Do you start becoming responsible for your own money? But I want to believe that through this discussion today, someone will learn something. They'll be in a position to put their money on check. And so that we don't wait until we earn 50,000. Because if you could not manage 10, I don't believe that you can be able to manage 50. And then we always have that temptation of, if your salary increases, una shoot kama ni mtoto shule unahamisha ile shule alikuwa ni kama hakuwa anasoma. There's always that temptation. Unataka kumpeleka shule ingine, as in you don't sit down to like ask yourself, a percentage increase of my income, of my salary, what can I do with it? It's funny how we end up spending everything. It's all about raising our, either I want to, nimejisqueeze sana kwa one bedroom. I want to feel how people feel in two bedroom houses. Well, our viewers, you have heard that you can do better with your money if at all you are disciplined enough, and if at all you are willing to put your mind into growth, and you want to have your financial freedom in whatever source of income. I want to believe that Bishop has been able to explain in length what personal budget is all about, what financial discipline is all about, and I hope that if you watch this video, maybe you know someone that is struggling with their finances, wanasema pesa itoshangi, sijui pesa inaendanga wapi. You can share it with someone, and I want to believe they will be assisted. So before we come to the close of the show, what is the name of the other small school? You're still doing intake? I saw mumeanza skating classes and swimming classes.
Yes, we have an instrument play.
Wow. So Bishop has a school
It is
somewhere.
called
He's going to tell you more about it, the income, and also his college. You have a college. We are going to January intake. Why don't you use this opportunity to tell people more about your investments, because you're a business person?
Yeah.
Yes.
For those who want to join our school, we are located in Embu. We have two schools, Royal Fanaka Academies, which we have our intake in January, and you're welcome for that particular school. Our number is 0111-675-189. You can join us for that particular January intake, and any other intake, so long as you are in Embu or its environment. Also in Achievers College, we offer courses in accounting, management. We offer courses in cosmetology and beauty, hospitality and catering, fashion and design, secretarial, all those courses, and even social sciences like community health and development. And our intakes are January, September, and May. And wherever you are in this country, you are welcome. Our number to call is 0714 410 151. And even if you are far from Embu, we can train you online, and you can join our classes. Go to our website and register there, www.achieverscollege.ac.ke.
Mm-hmm. The other thing, you can also become a member.
Of Reina's Church. It is spread throughout, and you can also join us through our online transmissions, especially Facebook. It is Reina's Church Embu, or also through our YouTube channel, Bishop John Mukundi. I can do some kind of financial reporting for them that are in business. I can do some management advices and consultancy for them that are in business, and I can also do personal finance consultation. My number is 0721 606 888. 0721 606 888.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you for coming on board. Always hosted by the Ark Riverine in Kangaru, Embu County. You can do your photo shoot here. We have gardens for wedding, graduation parties here. You can do a lot of things. Security is guaranteed. Don't hesitate to check in if you're in Embu or in your Meru Highway. If you ask the Ark Riverine, I'm sure you love. And again, this place, food has been proposed and seconded over and over again. They have amazing food, so you can't go hungry. Thank you so much for staying on board. I'm your host, Terry Sammy. Until next time, check on your budget, and I'm sure we will be somewhere. Subscribe if you haven't, and if you have subscribed, don't hesitate to share this video, because here we inspire one life at a time. Until next time, God bless you, and thank you so much.